Welcome back to the second part of the State of the Real Estate Market 2020. Now, if you have not seen my first video, be sure to watch it on YouTube, in my YouTube channel, or in my Facebook page. I cover some thoughts on why is the real estate market unexpectedly hot during this pandemic. Now, let's get into some real important questions. So, where will the real estate market go? I mean, obviously, I don't have a crystal ball and I cannot predict the future. However, based on some market numbers and logics, I can speculate. You may agree or disagree, but these will be my opinions. Do I see the real estate market cooling off at end of the year or early next year? Well, probably. Why? Well, again, it goes back to the interest rate, supply, and the demand. I do see the supply creeping up in the coming month. With the eviction moratorium still in place, some landlords may have not received a single payment of rent since March of this year. Now, that is more than 6 months without the rent to cover their mortgages. Other than some professional investors, how many casual investors can really afford to not get paid on their rent for 6 months or even more? And we also have been seeing layoffs in the job market. So if there is a second wave of outbreaks, we may see more people losing their job and not being able to pay their mortgages. And you may now be asking, so Jack, are you telling me a second wave of foreclosure are coming? Are we going to see 2008 all over again? Well, my answer is most likely not, at least not in the immediate future. The housing market plunged in 2008. It was due to imbalance in supply and demand, and that was fueled by foreclosures. For every buyer on the market looking for a home back then, there were 18 sellers trying to sell their home. Today, for every one buyer on the market looking for homes, there are only 2.15 sellers trying to sell their home. You can see there's a huge discrepancy between the ratio of buyers and sellers on the market now versus 2008. Buyers back then had a lot more home to choose from, so if a seller really want to get their house sold, they had no choice but lower the price, and that is what caused the housing price to crash in 2008. Now, it is true that we may be seeing more foreclosure activity increasing, thus more sellers on the market, but the lender actually have been really careful and responsible on who they lend their money to in the last 10 years. As a result, most homeowners put down a relatively large down payment when they purchased their home and are now sitting on a good chunk of equity. In fact, home equity is at a historic high level throughout the United States. Now, if you have a lot invested in your home, I mean, you're not just going to give it back to the bank and walk away that easily. So, between the equity invested and the tight inventory, can you see how a real estate market crash is not likely? I mean, there are a lot of factors comes in play too, of course. For example, if the interest rate goes up, we will see buyer demand drop and moving the market towards a buyer's market. And that will also cause the price to soften. So if you want to stay connected with what is going on in the real estate market, be sure to like my Facebook page or subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also visit my websites in the description below. Once again, thank you very much for watching this video. Stay safe out there. I will see you soon.